Hello, and thank you for checking out another episode of Courageous Caregiver. And this is your host, Curtis Walker, and you're on the website courageouscaregiver.org. Just want once again thank you for all the emails and comments that have been pouring in and giving me encouragement. You guys have been fueling my spirit. You've been getting me excited. You've been actually pushing me to reach and dig deeper for more content to help deliver towards you and help enhance your experience as a caregiver. I know as we pursue our path of being a caregiver, I know a lot of caregivers, they feel beat up, they feel worn out. And it's my passion to come to you and to try to give you tools and things to help you draw the best out of that experience so that you're not overwhelmed and basically beaten down by all the darkness and the pain that's involved with being a caregiver. Now, today's topic that I wanted to talk to you about is called finding your how. Now, there's a quote that I experienced, and this one, it says, when you find your why, when your why is big enough, you will find your how. When your why is big enough, you will find your how. Now, I know I've heard that phrase broken down by a lot of motivational speakers, and I know as I was going through my care process, I'm thinking, why would I really need some motivational pump up hype to get me through my dark moments that I've been experiencing as a caregiver? And I gotta tell you, getting inspired, getting motivation does help a lot because it helps you see things from a different perspective. I know me, it felt like I was in a sea, I was in a depth where I was over my head. I was in deep waters that were shark infested, and it felt like it was feeding frenzy. Now, as I was experiencing all that, I was searching in all different types of directions, trying to get help. And, I had to just, do a lot of asking of friends, going to support groups, getting on the phone, calling people, calling doctors, calling any agency or group that I could get to help me figure out what I was going through and helping me understand how big and how heavy it was. Now, when I was at my wit's end, I came across that particular passage that I told you about. And, I started questioning God. And one of the things that most people do as a caregiver, we get to the point where we're saying, why me? Or why is this happening? Why is a common phrase that comes out of our mouths, and we even get to the position where we're blaming God over our situation and circumstances. And that's easy to do. But I know that when we ask God a limited and debilitating and less than empowering type question, God holds back his answer because God has given us a portion of his infinite wisdom in the sense or in the form of better questions. Now, I know I was challenged to start asking some deeper questions about my role that I had to play as a caregiver. And as I started asking deeper questions, then I actually started to see things from a more broader perspective about why I was placed here to help care for my particular sister. My sister, she had Lewy bodies, and I cared for her for several years, understanding the disease, meeting her needs, and actually getting close to her. I know over time our relationship, it started off rough, but over time it grew closer and closer. So I know for me that was some of the benefits that I got from that phenomenal relationship. So at that point, that's when I started to pick apart what my real why was. Now, I know I was, challenged to, ask some deeper questions, and one of the questions that was brought out was, for all the things that I've been experiencing, how can I show more appreciation for what God has given me? I know when I think and I ponder about that question about all the things that God has given me, one of the things he's given me is grace. The other thing that he's given me is a vision to be able to see much more clear and broader and also deeper when it comes to a relationship from one person to the next. The other things that I had to learn to appreciate was humanity. I'm a human being, and God has granted me this wonderful opportunity to slow things down and connect from one human to the next. So at that point, during my care process, I discovered my why. And then once I picked up on my why, the how for how I took care of my sister started to reveal itself to me. There were so many blessings that was being poured out to me in that whole process. So that's why I'm sharing this particular video with you. I want you to take some time to really reflect on that. And then, your homework, I want you to start making a list of questions. Questions that you've been struggling with getting answers from, God or whoever else you've been asking these questions to. And rephrase the question. There are questions we ask that are almost, it seems like there's no answer for. Rephrase the question so that you can ask an empowered question that will unleash, I'm going to say heaven in this particular case for me, but unleash deeper knowledge for yourself. So with that said, I want to thank you and appreciate you spending time checking out this video. I'm going to post a lot of what I just talked about in the show notes. So take that, share that with your friends. One of the things that's making these videos very powerful is your comments. You guys been giving comments, writing things on Facebook. I've also just started a Twitter account, and people have been, posting things out there for me. So, the more you talk about it, the more people get reached. There's a group of people that I'm really trying to reach, and that are those who are either in the role of caregivers or those who may be on the fringes of being a caregiver. If you know somebody who's going through something, send them the link. Send them a link to this video, or buy a copy of the book for them if you like. But my aim and purpose is to get as many people helped by these videos and by this book as much as possible. So once again, I thank you for your help. Thank you for your support. Especially thank you for the emails. And I will see you again on episode number 10. Thank you and have yourself a wonderful day.